crank it down so tightly?
It's different this year because I went through every line item and got with the department heads, and we looked at them. In some areas, you would notice that you'd have a projected expenditure of maybe $1,000 for miscellaneous supplies and maybe only spend $200. So what we did is we went in and took the historical numbers and also our computation from this year, being we're 10 months through this budget, in comparison as to what would be an actual expenditure. And that's why I feel like this budget is probably the best that I've ever been a part of putting together because of the numbers. I feel very comfortable about are being close to what they really are.
So in essence, it's tighter, a tighter budget, right?
It's a lot tighter.
The numbers are, okay. So you threw out, when you were discussing it, you mentioned, raise at 1% or mid-year or whatever. What, did that mean you were suggesting that, or you're just saying, what are you saying?
I'm suggesting it based off of the numbers to at least a 2% at mid-year.
So tell me why you would do a 2% at mid-year versus a 1% at the beginning of the year?
It computates out to be 1% year-round. Rather than just do a 1% raise to somebody, I felt better that it would be a 2% like we have done in the past, but only it have to be at mid-year.
One reason I ask, but doing so, you're saying put us into the red, right? If we
not with the 2% at mid-year. It will if I went for a full 2% all year.
That's already built?
Yes, I've already built it.
Oh, I didn't get that out of your memo. Okay. I didn't see that. So, I don't remember if you remember one year we did a mid-year, and it just seemed like it sort of confused things.
Well,
like we didn't get credit.
The first year I was mayor, there was no money in the budget for it. So we came out at mid-year and give them a raise, and then at the beginning of next year we give them a raise because there was no money in it for that year. So that's why we done it mid-year. We found enough money to give them the raise.
And you don't remember, Marvin, any complications doing it that way?
No, I don't remember.
So,
if we go ahead and do the 2% for the year, it's only going to put us in the red, $17,000, Mark?
Yeah, about 17,000.
We've adopted like that before, right?
I mean, I'm sympathetic to doing the across-the-board raise just because it doesn't seem like the other employees should have to sort of carry that burden on their back, because we're doing this. But just for clarity, under your memo, what's not in the plan? So the lead-in is what's not in the plan, and then...
Well, the roof is not in the plan.
Yeah, but number 4 says no across-the-board employee salary increases for year 1 are included.
That was before we met with FirstNet and found out that there was going to be a pretty good size savings there. And that was before I got the end of July's figures of what we collected. So it made a little bit of difference in what I had originally.
Okay, so
all last week.
So your memo just hadn't been updated?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, I knew I had read where it didn't include. So are these other items accurate?
Yes.
Number 1 and 2 and 3 and okay. So this includes a 2% raise at mid-year.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I guess the benefit of that is, if you do 1% all year, then their base is still lower than it would be. If you do the 2%, you are saving a few dollars for the 6 months, but then the base for next year is the same as it would have been had it been a full year.
And that's why I went back and plugged this into the 5 years, so I'll be able to.
But now, so for the 5 years, what did you? Because again, this memo says.
Is it 2% in the 5 year?
Yes, there's a 2% into the 5 year. Not mid-year, but the whole year.
Okay. So the new 5 year is quite a bit different than the original 5 year.
Yeah, the original, the current one will show you, because we talked about the grant for the garbage truck the other night. I
Right.
have also incorporated that, so year two shows to be in the red. All the other years show to be in the black.
Say that again, year 2?
Year two, because if we purchase 2 garbage trucks that year, even on the 80-20 grant, it's still gonna come out to $57,000 a truck.
And that's with us paying the 20%.
Yes, sir, that's what that thing is.
And we feel pretty good about the 20%. Where, so is your revised 5 year in this packet you handed out?
No, I emailed it to y'all yesterday evening.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I missed the, I saw the original 5 year, I know, but,
I'm hoping y'all are getting my emails, because the mayor said.
I don't, did y'all get it? Do you remember?
I didn't check it for last night, but I did when I was from this weekend.
I told Paul about me like this.
I'm pretty good about noticing, so I'll search and see, but it may be an issue.
If it's not,
If
then
none of
I'll
us-
send them to you.
If none of us saw it, then,
And let's ask the easy question, what's the projected growth from your 5-year plan? Based off zero growth, or?
Yeah, it's really gonna be based off zero growth.
was it
But
part of
overall, over the 5 years, you'll actually altogether have 164,000 in the black. That's even with figuring equipment, capital in the fire department and in public works.
Okay, yeah, we did,
There is a catch to that, though. We would have to do it under a payment
do which one, the capital plan?
plan. Well, some of the capital equipment we would have to do under a payment, like with government capital.
What do we have in reserves?
I think we're sitting at about 2.5 million on the phone. Yeah.
On the grass, when you cut things, having just went through this at work, if you really want something and you know, if you ask for 2 things, you're not gonna get the other, you might push for what you really want, knowing another piece of equipment's gonna go out, no matter what, they're gonna have to. Our CNC machine was a good example. Well, he knew it was getting long in the tooth on some issues, and he asked for something else and got it. And well, no matter what, they're gonna have to fix this other deal. They have to dig into the, it's not, we didn't have a reserve like we do at city, but still, sometimes you try to, when you try to cut things tight, they try to hide some things.
I try not to get into the reserves any more than I have to.
I mean, but it's there in case.
It's there in case of an emergency happens.
We got enough to handle.
Because you gotta keep, 90 days, and then you keep an extra 30 days
120
for the
in
extra
the general.
improved credit, not credit, bond rating.
You know. And it's recommended in the financial statute. And we've never dipped below that in general.
But we did have a scare last year in water.
We did in water, yes we did.
But we don't anticipate that again.
Now it's going to involve rates.
The ones you outlined in the memo?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
A meeting with department heads, this budget, as I understand, barring some type of emergency, should, obviously, everybody had to give up something in order to make this thing work. But did they give up something that they had to have?
No, that was the question we asked them. It's not about wants this year, it's about needs. So whatever they needed, and they knew what they needed, those were things we tried not to cut. The things that are wants or looking maybe into the next year or two, those